Okay, where the hell is this friggin' location at? I sent an invitation to this thing called Mutant Bash TV, and I don't know where to go. Oh, hey buddy.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
You have any idea where Mutant Bash TV is located at? I've been trying to find the place for hours now.
Oh, Mutant Bash, huh? Oh, yes, just look over there.
Oh, over here? Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Can't lose this invitation. Thanks, man. Well, let's see how it is. Wow, this place changes a lot. Hey guys, do you know where I should go to find this Mutant Bash TV location?
Junior!
Why do I feel like I'm getting a runaround? Alright, I'll head this way then. Okay, now I'm in a freaking desert. Oh, yeah, I don't think they're sending me in the right direction to go to get this place. Oh, well look, here comes a guy in a car. Maybe you can help me. Excuse me, sir, do you know where you Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Rage 2. It was developed by Avalanche Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks and was released on May 14th of 2019 on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and Microsoft Windows. First of all, this game does feature a 8GB day one patch. That's not including the install. The install took hardly any time at all. It is a single-player first-person shooter that is a direct sequel to the 2011 title Rage, where this time you play as Walker, a Texas Ranger. Joking. Not really. You actually play as Walker, the final Ranger, and you go around and explore a post-apocalyptic open world that takes place 30 years after the first game, using multiple different weapons and vehicles as you run and gun your enemies to their doom. Now, vehicle combat is quite intense in this and reminds me a lot of Avalanche's previous title, Mad Max, in terms of the robust amount of heavy-hitting vehicle combat that you have occurring in this title. I like it a lot. And with the varying amount of vehicles, it's a welcome addition to the sequel. The first one did have vehicle, for you to move around. This actually feels a lot like Mad Max in terms of there are people that you come across that you can destroy. You can get in and out of your vehicle at any time, anywhere. And you can use your guns while you're in your vehicle, which kind of has like a lock-on mode. But it's not as fun to shoot from your vehicle. It's better to get out to do the running and gunning. Now, everything, have all kinds of different vehicles in this game, from buggies, trucks, cars, even gyrocopters that you can use to fly around the giant open world, and they all control really great. Some of them will control different than others, which is based on their size, and I think it handles great because, after all, if you played Mad Max, that was one of the best features of Mad Max was the vehicle combat. This doesn't quite have it where it's like the big trains of vehicles like in Mad Max, but pretty damn similar. Now, as for the shooting mechanics and the weapons, you can tell that id helped them with this a lot because it plays out a lot like Doom. It's not quite as fast as Doom, but it still is buttery smooth and plays great. This game features well over 10 different weapons that also seem to have alternate firing modes, everything from pistols to rocket launchers, shotguns, assault rifles, and more. Now, as for your powers that you get in this game, which involves around the nanotrites, the blue crystals you pick out through your adventure, they allow you to unlock special abilities that you'll acquire throughout your game that you can go and combine with your different upgrades that you have with them, that you can really mix it up to have some really good fun combos against your enemies. You get all kinds of different moves, including a ground pound, almost like a Jedi force push mode, black hole grenades that suck your enemies into a black hole, and more. These aspects remind me very heavily of the game Bulletstorm, and that is not a bad thing at all. Now, the game length is roughly about 5 to 7 hours for the single player, and it's kind of a short game. It's still way longer than the original one. Now, to do all the content that's in it, it'll take you about 15, maybe tops 20 hours, because there is a lot of extra content. And with 6 different giant biomes of the game world that you go through, you get a nice variety. It's not just all doom and gloom and deserts like the first game. You get deserts, of course, but you also get lush, beautiful jungles. The world is very, very varied and very well done. And it all seems to blend together very beautifully. All the mechanics of the game, the running gunning of your shooting mechanics, combined with your moves and also the vehicle mechanics and the open world gameplay blends very beautifully. It has very powerful gunplay. The vehicles and the world are seamlessly combined, and the AI is way more polished than the last game. Now, they didn't really make the last game. Avalanche didn't, but they seem to really have a lot of help with this, I think, because the AI, you might have occasional parts where the enemies are acting kind of stupid, but for the most part, they're pretty damn smart. They're not as dumb as you would think, and the levels are way better designed than the last one. Gunplay is fast and frantic like Doom. Not quite as fast as Doom, but like I said, when you got all these enemies coming around at you, you're blasting them with your jump ability, what I forget what it's called, shatter ability, along with your other moves where you can hit them with these missiles that take them up in the air and slam them to the ground. With your alternate firing, you can get in your vehicle, run people over. So basically, the best way to describe this game in a nutshell is take the vehicle combat of Mad Max, combine it with the gunplay of Doom, and the special abilities like Bulletstorm in a very large lived-in open world like Grand Theft Auto, and don't forget it has the return of Mutant Bash TV, which is kind of like a horde mode. It's like a game show horde mode, and it's really, really fun. I would have to say that this is actually a really good game, and it kind of flew underneath the radar because I don't think they really promoted it as well as they should have, mainly because of Borderlands 3's coming out in September, so most people forgot of this title. But honestly, for the price tag of $59.95, the game could be a little bit longer, but it is still way better than the first title in this series. Hands down, this is a drastic improvement all the way around in terms of storytelling. It's got great storytelling to it. Your main character, you can pick as male or female, actually talks. It's not a mute protagonist like in the first title. It actually has a really good structured environment in terms of the progression system, your upgrades, your abilities that you earn, the way you use your weapons, the world design. Everything hands down is really so much better and improved than the first title. I am happy to say this is well worth the $60 price tag. And with upcoming free DLC on the way and, of course, paid DLC, also keep in mind this game has no loot boxes and no microtransactions in it. And it is a single-player only game, no online component. So guess what, EA? Look, you can make a game that doesn't have microtransactions, loot boxes, and doesn't have to be some sort of stupid online service to make a damn good game that is fun, frantic, hectic, great graphics. They seem to focus more heavily on having it buttery smooth with the frame rate being really high. I have had some instances playing on my PlayStation 4 Pro where it did seem like it did drop from 60 frames a second when a lot of stuff was going on with the explosions, but it was nothing that made it slow the game down to a crawl. Hands down, this is a fantastic game. I'm glad they made this game, and if you are a fan of first-person shooters like Bulletstorm, Doom, and also the good game Mad Max, the Avalanche themselves made previously, pick this game up. It is definitely worth it. If you're worried about it, about being on the fence with this title, go ahead and rent it first so you can play it from like a red box to get your taste, to dip your feet in the water to see if you like it. But if you are a fan of really over-the-top, hectic, gory, violent, fast-paced first-person shooters with some good mechanics of driving and some nice structure of the open game world and a really good, hands down, a really good fun title. I would say pick this up. Rage 2 is actually worth the wait, and it is worth the price tag. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Please hit that like button. It always helps my content out and my channel out immensely. Leave a comment. I love responding to everyone's comments, good or bad. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.